There's a cat behind you, and welcome to Absolutely Marvel and DC. My name is Benny, that is Sal, and that is Huston. And today we're going to try having a three-way while we review the Thor trailer breakdown.
Pretty much the spirit of this trailer, yeah.
That is, I mean, that's the
Both of your faces was great when I said that and did the awkward pause.
That's perfect.
So if this is your first time watching a trailer breakdown right here at Absolutely Marvel and DC, we pull up the trailer and we go through it beat by beat, giving you our opinions on each individual scene. I got this one off of the Marvel Studios channel on YouTube. One time I got the wrong trailer, Hudson, and we had like 5 minutes of us both talking about the wrong one.
I watched that entire video. You're insane. And now that I've worked with you, this makes perfect sense.
Did I get that?
Completely tracks.
Yep.
All right, so kicking it off, a kid is running. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Thor.
It's Thor.
Yeah, because he gets older and ages. And
He's got the classic suit on for a second.
Classic suit. Oh my God. Now I love how they were so afraid of classic costumes that they were like, pin a tail on it, make it a joke. You know, like the Captain America suit reveal where it's like, it's part of a stupid show. They didn't even bother with Thor. Now they're like, we're swimming in Disney money. Here's the costume for the comic book. Enjoy the yellow boots.
Do you think we're going to get that suit for more than that sequence?
Nope. It's 100% of the suit we got.
Maybe we'll get a little backstory. I'd never doubt Taika's ability to like make something funny and campy like amazing for some reason.
Yeah.
So, okay, we move on to the fire. We see him putting down the axe. None of this says anything to me other than just set up for something that's probably in the movie. What do you think he's burying the axe for?
It's a good question. I don't, because he said, so like, what's the narration is him saying that he's done being a hero. He just wants to live. So maybe he's putting down his battle axe. He's been Thor the Warrior for forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's trying to figure out who he is without being the superhero, which is an interesting twist. And I'm just going to jump to the reveal at the end of this, and because we've already know about it, but Jane Foster Thor being in this. The reason why he gave up being Thor in the comics is that he was unworthy. And there was a whole plot behind that because he learned the truth about the gods.
Yeah.
And this one, it looks like we're going the route of like, no, he just said he's done. Like,
He's just too old. He's just not doing it anymore. He doesn't want to have to do that exercise regimen.
He just wants
it.
to have fun. That's
Right?
it.
he's
That's what
having
he
too
wants
much
to do.
fun on Fortnite, killing, was it Noob Hunter?
Noob Master 69.
69. Yeah.
Yeah. This trailer, you know, we haven't even gotten into the analysis, but I gotta say, just like this is like 7 different movies at once. Like we're seeing Thor at like 8 different stages of his life throughout this movie. You know, we got like Zen Master Thor, we got young baby Thor, we got Thor walking through fire when he's wearing like a Viking outfit, which is clearly later in the movie, and then it's tied in with him as a guardian. Like there's so many different iterations, and like you said, Hassan, off camera, like Taika's got it. It's fine.
Got it.
Normally, I'd be like, there's too much. Like the Multiverse of Madness trailer, I'm like, there's a lot in this movie. I don't know if they're going to pull it off. This one, I'm like, they got this. No
It
problem.
feels more on point than Multiverse of Madness does right now, where it's just in Multiverse of Madness, we're like, so did you guys see that at 0.5 milliseconds past the minute marker? That is either Superior Iron Man, which we all know is going to be in it, or
definitely.
Monica Rambeau. Like,
Yeah. Although I do trust Raimi, too.
Yeah.
so
No, but I'm literally paused on a still right now of just like a tree and the sunset here.
Oh,
it's
yes.
a gorgeous scene.
The color saturation of this movie is crazy. Just that opening sequence is just like the red of the cape pops out in my face in a way like nothing has ever popped out in these movies. It's so pretty.
Yeah. There's a if Phase 4 is any real strengths, I hope it's in the creative freedom of its directors. Like, I know a lot of people weren't really big on Eternals, but like you can't deny that it was that director's film, and it looks like that. I think this is one of those things where they're like, we trust Taika, so we know what he's doing, but like, it's going to be very distinctively his, and it's going to be very distinctly his style, and I'm hyped for that.
Yeah. And then we kick off with the song Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine.
Nice.
I would suggest we all try singing it. And here we go. Nope. I was hoping Hudson would fall for that.
Also, I think we get a copyright strike.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'd be
I
too
can sing
spot on.
perfectly. Yeah, that's it. I'm too perfect. It's just going to sound like the song.
Yeah.
Copyrights for everybody.
That's right.
So, okay, moving past the Marvel Studios logo, this is right here probably my favorite scene. 24 seconds in, we got Fat Thor doing the chain toss with a hat that says, like,
It's the strongest Avenger. Which I guess he made himself.
I mean, I would if I was Thor.
Yeah, he's doing CrossFit on the chains of a enslaved alien skeleton.
I thought that was Surtur. I thought that was like he left Surtur to burn after Ragnarok.
Oh, no, Surtur doesn't die at the end of Ragnarok.
I thought he tied them all up with the chains.
No. He defeats Surtur in the beginning of that movie. Surtur destroys Asgard at the end of that movie. And then he just goes away.
Dips out. I think it's implied Hela and Surtur just kill each other.
Right.
Okay.
Or they fall in love. You don't really know what happened when you left there.
I would see
That's
that in a
some
heartbeat.
burning love right there.
Beautiful love story, and Taika Waititi should be the director of that.
Absolutely.
I'd watch
Not only
that.
are those great director, brilliant actress, Clancy Brown getting to love. Yes.
Yes.
What direction are you two going in? What is happening here?
I want that movie.
Thor,
Thor
love,
5.
and Thunder. We're here for the love, okay? That's what we're
then the
leaning
thunder.
into.
So yeah, he's doing CrossFit off an alien's body.
Yeah,
which is
I'm thinking it might
insane.
be a dead Watcher. Could be, because he's got a big head.
You think they'll just
Right.
imply something and move on? Just like, oh, look, he's doing this.
Definitely. They're not going
this
to
is
harp on this at all.
Just
This is
montage.
This is just a skeleton. You work out and like you guys don't work out do CrossFit with in a graveyard sometimes. Like it's the best place to do it.
Not since my goth days, man.
And then at 27, we get the reveal of the new outfit, which you could tell is heavily inspired by
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. And I think that's actually Star-Lord's coat.
It must be just his clothes.
He must have just cut up the coat to fit, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Good Lord, Chris Hemsworth got yoked for this movie, which is such a statement because of how he's always looked, and he makes Chris Hemsworth in Thor 1 look like a child. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
Also, mad props to the fact, first of all, for saying mad props, but also because Thor looks like he's wearing Star-Lord's outfit from the video game, which I'm like, that's kind of cool. I don't think that's actually what it is, but
that, yeah.
It's a really good-looking outfit, and it's an outfit I could easily see Star-Lord wearing, and that I'm very happy to see this Thor wearing.
The funny thing is, though, and this is just a notice, and that doesn't really matter to it, him ripping off the cloak, and then we cut to a scene of Star-Lord rolling his head back.
Yeah.
The next scene where Thor throws the cloak off, Star-Lord is beside him getting ready to shoot. So I'm pretty sure those are two completely separate scenes.
That's exactly right.
Spliced together to make it look like Star-Lord is like, no, what did you do to my coat? Or something like that, you know?
This is the most vexing part of it for me because I can't acclimate myself in time and space. Like, there's a sequence where the Guardians go in one direction, Thor goes in the other, which is clearly their way of being like, this is how they're going to separate, and Thor's going to go on his own adventure. But
Right.
Thor is fat, so he needs to lose weight. But the Thor that is leaving the Guardians looks like Thor during Infinity War. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's a lot. But you know what the best part about that is? This is a great trailer that doesn't spoil anything.
No.
I'm excited.
I have no idea
I've
what's
seen-
happening.
I've seen so much stuff. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I'm going to watch this movie probably 3 times already.
No doubt.
And not one plot point has been spoiled this is going to happen. Obviously, we all knew Jane Foster Thor was coming. Such a big announcement.
That's the only spoiler, and
right.
I'm a little upset. I wish that was still just in the movie, but they've revealed that for years now, so it's
Right.
kind of like, all right, whatever. But you're all right, because the very next scene where he's not in the coat, he's now back in the Endgame outfit,
Yeah.
where
Well,
he's not fat.
That's the Infinity War outfit. That's
Infinity War.
Yeah, he's not even fat Thor. He's not even fat Endgame rock out Thor. It's bizarre.
What's the
So-
time code on that? Am I missing it?
That's like 34.
31 and 32. He's in a classic outfit with the axe before he plants it.
Oh, wow.
So I'm wondering if this is Love and Thunder is going to be the first half is kind of a journey of Thor from the beginning to now.
Yeah.
His inner monologue, going through making friends, relying on people.
I think the first 8 minutes is going to be Guardians, and then it's going to be a Thor movie the rest of the time. But that's just rampant speculation.
I don't
There's
know
nothing
because
to
Chris Pratt is in the poster now.
Well, ka-ching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
RDJ was in the poster for Homecoming. He was in 8 minutes of it total, I think.
There we go.
yeah, but that was a little different though. They were
That
trying
was.
to
He's
they were trying to be like, no, this is Marvel. What
Yeah.
what will recognize MCU Studios? RDJ.
That's
Right,
true.
right.
That's very true.
That, and they could only afford him for those 8 minutes.
yeah.
So yeah, because you're right. The next scene. Okay, so this is the scene where I think he actually leaves the Guardians.
Yes.
37 seconds. He's in the Rockout outfit
Yep.
with Korg.
Right.
They look so good.
Yes.
They look incredible. Oh my!
Yep.
I would never. Korg in clothes, like it just doesn't cross my mind. I don't think about him in wearing pants. He's wearing pants right now. They look comfortable. They look like leggings almost. Like this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know
So
that's going to come up.
I think this is the scene where he's actually leaving the Guardians. Because we know that the movie's not about the Guardians and him.
No.
They just have to bridge the gap of, okay, he left with the Guardians. And we
Yes.
know he's going to be in the Guardians movie somewhat. So
Yep.
we have to somehow bridge together that they're all working together at this point in time. Otherwise, what's happening? You know?
I still can't get over what a beautiful send off that was to give him to the Guardians at the end of Endgame. Like,
Yeah.
that is such a perfect way to segue him into like what Taika wanted him to be in like his own mini trilogy that he had from Ragnarok to Endgame.
Yeah.
This was the perfect place for him to end up.
Totally.
I'm curious if he's going to stay behind for his journey to discover who he is.
Yeah.
And then we'll get a lot of the flashback sequences. And then he's going to rejoin the Guardians at the ending. And I'm wondering if that cape reveal is like the adventure's over and he has come back. And that's where Star-Lord is like, oh, this guy again. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, that's what
Yeah.
I'm wondering is going on. Like, they just showed us the last scenes of the movie.
Oh, my God.
But due to how well this trailer's made, we have no idea.
Right.
Perfection. Simply, I won't watch another teaser with you guys because this is it. This is perfect. I'm ready for this movie. I don't want any more spoilers. This is
No,
perfection.
yeah.
This is why
kidding,
Dylan
guys.
doesn't watch these with us.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a great moment at 45 where it's a romance novel cover, and it's like, is he going on adventures or is this a dream sequence? I'm assuming the latter.
Oh, you think it's a dream sequence?
I think it's a dream. I think it's like I think it's a dream sequence or like
I think it's a Thor sex montage.
That'd
He's
be
just
dope.
going from place to place, hooking up with women now because they've never once leaned into that with his character because he was
No.
with Jane Foster off Rip and then he was Fat Thor.
Yeah.
Like it'd be fun just to give him that little arc because I mean it's Love and Thunder, guys.
That's true.
Love
That
That's
could
true.
be.
Thunder.
It's a good idea, yeah. And that would be
Yeah.
such a Takeishi, like, because you remember, this script is so funny that Chris Hemsworth agreed to come back.
Yeah.
His contract was done. He didn't have to do this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and isn't it that in Thor 3 he was kind of like on the fence, but then he was like, "Give me more freedom. Let me cut my hair. I want to be more funny."
Yeah, well, that's
So-
what he said. If we make another Ragnarok, I'm on board. But
Right.
anything else, I'm out.
Yeah.
We cut to a line, which I believe comes back in a minute, but it says, "Not every god," and it shows
Yeah.
him on the boat sailing to Earth or another planet.
Right.
Which is why I wonder if we're going to kind of go through the life of Thor, like when he was the Viking god and when he was, because they've never gone into that into the MCU. We've never seen, like, because the comics love to be like, oh, back in Norse mythology,
He was
they
around.
considered him a god. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the comics love to go into that, but the movies never really have explained why people revere him as a god, but he's still technically an alien, like, because it
Yeah.
goes back to the Norse mythology era. And that's why I'm wondering if we're going to get some of that. Because here we have him at 49 in very, like, regal outfits.
I mean,
Yes.
it's incredible. The gold plating, like I don't,
Yeah.
they've never done that at
No.
all. I don't know. I don't know what Taika's been on, and I love it. He needs to stay on it, whatever it is, because he's building. This is such a beautiful shot, and I guess he's using the power of the Bifrost in Stormbreaker to like move the ship forward, so the ship
Yeah.
is going to fly through the Bifrost, which I think is incredibly unique. Also, just his dopey little smile here. I just love Chris Hemsworth so much.
right. No.
And the
Yeah.
next scene here at 50 seconds to 51, this is why I'm wondering if this is a journey through time and space, Love and Thunder kind of a thing. Because I'm wondering if they're going to go the Odin route and be like, oh, the other gods did exist, but look at Thor trump them or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right,
Dude,
So this is
no.
Zeus, you think?
This is
Zeus, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Zeus.
This is
yeah.
Zeus, and no, we know who the villain is. So I know why we're showing these gods.
Wait, which was the villain? Because I actually don't know the
It's
villain.
Gore the God Butcher.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So going through
So-
time, showing Gore kill these gods.
No, we're
Batman.
we're showing Batman murder all the gods, and Thor's next. Like we're gonna see like we're showcasing like all of it has gods. We might even see a Khonshu reference, but like we're gonna see Gore just chipping away at all of them.
Well, because that if, in the comic book lore, what finally makes Thor unworthy is realizing that the gods aren't anything. That this
Right.
has been going on forever. They are just normal people who happen to have powers. So it would make sense to see Gore murdering every god from Zeus to whatever to lead
Yeah.
to Jane that way, go with the actual storyline. So
Yeah.
it could be what we end up doing here.
Yeah, I think we might get a Gore was right sequence. Like, there's so much that could be mined or adapted from the Aaron run.
Yeah.
To the point where at 55 seconds, and I saw this on a Reddit post. This trailer's only been out today, and I already saw a post where someone legitimately just overlaid this with a panel from the Aaron Ribic run. And this creature that's lying here, it is photo accurate to the comic book panel. So it's like, no, we are doing the Aaron run through the lens of Waititi and the
What worries me about this, and it's more of a worry that I don't think is going to be a problem because they've proven that they are able to do this with No Way Home, and Multiverse of Madness most likely is going to prove it again. Again, I'm wondering, are we trying to cram too much of the Gore, Butcher, Jane Foster, Thor also with the Guardian storyline into one story? But time and time again, the MCU has shown no matter how much you think is in the movie, they make it work.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So...
No. Taika Waititi is just he's too good at it. He's genuinely too good at it. I don't think for one second that he couldn't helm this movie. I think when there were talks of James Gunn leaving, which thank God that did not happen, Guardians, there was simply only one answer as to who to take up the helm, and it was Taika.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see this. And I didn't read the Gore the God Butcher run or any of that. So like from just a viewer's perspective who knows nothing about the comics outside of like he's got a dope name and he's played by Christian Bale, this whole like that monster that looks crazy.
Yeah,
that is so beautiful.
Yeah,
and
the run's like incredible. I would recommend reading it. So I definitely
did. You cover it on Comic Storian?
Oh yeah, long time ago.
Then I'll watch.
If you think about the way the Gore the God Butcher run begins, though, it actually begins with the three Thors going through time, and they team up to fight Gore.
Right. Oh my God. Maybe that whole sequence of like all the young Thors. Maybe we'll see all Thors in action.
Wow. They all team up to fight Gore at some point. That would
They open the Pandora's box of time travel. We have that now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Terrible. It's amazing how they did it. Terrified of the one bad director getting the helm of time travel in the MCU and just like pushing it away. But Taika won't do that. He knows what to do.
Yeah.
The next scene that's interesting is 101. We have Valkyrie, who he left in charge of New Asgard, already not enjoying being in charge of New Asgard. This is going to be the scene where Thor comes through and picks her up. That's what this is going to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of elements in here. There's no way they're not going to bring Valkyrie in and have her put on her Valkyrie costume and kick ass.
Yeah,
I love that she's at like a UN meeting right now, like just Security Council's meeting. But if like these little pamphlets, it makes it look like it's in a place where they sell like vacation packages and stuff. It's insane.
Yeah,
and Tessa Thompson's killing the suit as always.
Yeah, she looks dope.
She's doing a great job. This is my favorite scene from the trailer, and it shows Taika
Waititi.
I just know Waititi. So Waititi, it shows his amazing play at humor, where we have the Peter Quill overlay about look at the ones that you love, and it's almost like Peter Quill's having his moment for his movie, and just Thor just being like,
me, I'm in the movie. This movie's about me.
Yeah.
I kind of got some vibes. Like maybe Thor's like, you and me, Star-Lord. What do you think?
Honestly, that'd be great. Their whole dynamic was incredible. It was one of my favorite parts of Endgame, and it's like, it's crazy. The MCU could just spin off into 30 buddy cop movies, and I would just watch those. Forget about anything else.
It's a whole premise.
I think we've been saying that for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
Just give me these buddy cop movies, and I'm on board.
Right. Like people are endlessly talking about, the next Spider-Man movie. Like just make Spider-Man and Daredevil. That's the movie. Like just make Thor and the Guardians. Just make Captain America and the rest. Like just that's all we want. And then we got.
I just love that scene though.
And then we got a shot.
This is my problem with these trailers because they all do this. I stopped watching initially here.
I don't know why.
Because the logo came up, and I'm like, we're done. It's just gonna go like Disney,
it's
Marvel.
Ridiculous.
What do you mean? I stopped watching there?
9 whole seconds.
Right. And I was like, oh, there's no.
You have to finish it, Betty. You have to finish it.
For those who don't, because you wouldn't know, before this, we were looking at the Jane Foster still, and I was like, where was that in the trailer? I didn't even see that.
The end.
Also, him with the fur coat, the same, like the last shot.
Yeah.
He looks so godly. Like I feel like this is the most godly he has looked. If I have to see what God looks like, if it doesn't look like a Hemsworth, I'm confused.
Disappointed.
That's a specimen right there. I love the cloak. I feel like there's gonna be some backstory of him slaying some giant beast in the movie to make the jacket too.
Yeah.
Because he's Thor now,
right?
And I love that the hammer has cracks. That's awesome.
Yes.
Well,
but the last scene is Jane Foster Thor. Now the question is, Will they reveal, like, obviously we're going to know who she is. She's probably going on her own thing on the side or whatever up until this moment of the reveal where he doesn't know that it's her.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll reveal her identity to him in this movie?
Yeah.
Or is she going to keep it quiet? Because the comics, she kept it quiet for like 3 years.
Has to reveal it. In the comics, she's also like dating Miles Morales at some point. So there's a lot of things going on in the comics that just don't.
Oh, she wasn't dating Miles Morales. What were you reading?
Oh no, Falcon. My bad.
Falcon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's super different.
I was like, Miles Morales is like 16. Jane Foster's like 35.
That would not be okay.
No, it would not be. No, she's dating Falcon.
Yeah.
Right. Or Captain America Falcon. So,
Yes.
But she reveals it to no one is the thing.
Yeah.
She'll definitely reveal it in this movie. There's no doubt in my mind.
I think she's going to reveal it in this scene because, first of all, you could tell her helmet is CG. Blonde hair, which is interesting, I guess, becoming Thor changes her whole look. But, yeah, I think, he's gonna question her. Man, I could see them doing it one way or the other. I think you could get a whole cool movie about Thor not recognizing Jane and her playing it close to the chest. But I know Marvel, and I feel like they're just going to be like, she's going to take off the helmet.
I also think that movie only works if we didn't know it was Jane.
Yeah,
that like if they go out of their way, she wears a full-blown mask that covers the bottom of her face, and we have no idea, and there was no announcement.
Yeah.
Because then maybe it works. Then we do speculate, it might be Jane, and the reveal's cool, but we knew this off rip, so, play with it. Now that we have that idea on hand. Natalie Portman's workout routine. Also,
oh yeah, look at that shoulder right there. Just
literally incredible. I want to be in a Marvel movie so they pay me to work out and I get to work with those people. Because, good Lord.
Yeah, so incredible. CG helmet. Do you think we're going to do the usual thing like Halo's doing right now, where she's just going to get rid of it immediately?
Yep.
And never see it again?
Yeah, they ain't paying Natalie Portman bucks for half Natalie Portman's face.
Because the reason I agree with you that this is CG, it's just way too plastered to the face. It's way too on there.
It looks great though. Like it does. I feel like it looks so much better than like Hemsworth's little things did in his initial movies, like his initial helmet and Captain America's initial helmet, where they looked really bad. I think this looks awesome. So if they do want to keep it for at least the fight sequences, they can. I think it looks great, and it wouldn't take away from anything.
Totally. Yeah.
So that is the actual ending of it.
There we go.
And it comes out in July.
Oh,
you guys excited?
But this year,
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that that's so soon. I felt like Thor: Love and Thunder was years from now. I am lost for words that it's gonna happen like sooner than later.
Yep. Getting Doctor Strange next month, and then 2 months later, Thor. Like, yes.
Literally.
I just hope we're back to this every 2 months actually putting out solid movies, because we got Batman, and then we got Doctor Strange, and then we got Thor, and then we got I would love to finally be back in a superhero cycle where every couple of months we have something to talk about. Not even for the sake of our jobs. I would love to just have something to talk about with my buddies that's constantly rolling out again.
I think Disney would agree with you.
Yeah. They absolutely would. Good Lord. I'm very, very. I saw that my mic just completely fell. I'm so excited about this movie. Thor Ragnarok was. I remember this moment. It was 2017. Going to see this movie, and I was like, "This is." I didn't care. I was like, "Oh, we can go see Thor. Whatever. Like, I don't. Whatever. Who gives a crap?" And then it was just the best MCU film I'd seen to date for me. And obviously, like Winter Soldier is special in its own ways, but that one was like genre redefining, and I lean more into comedy in my own career. So like, Taika's sensibilities are just beautiful, and this is my most anticipated movie of the year. It's more anticipated than Multiverse of Madness for me, for sure.
Multiverse of Madness I'm excited for, but I feel like it's just going to be a lot of and look at all the cool stuff going on as we expand the multiverse. This to me is going to be the first normal-esque Marvel movie again.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. No Way Home was all about the multiverse and Spider-Man, and it was cool, and I enjoyed it, but it was like sprawling out into the multiverse. Multiverse of Madness is obviously going to be sprawling out into the multiverse. And I'm not against those. I'm excited for both of those. But to get back to the last true to form Marvel movie was like Shang-Chi.
Right.
Like just classic Marvel movie. And I'm cool with that, but I feel like getting two multiverse back to back is just kind of like, okay, all right, you're throwing a lot at me. I got it.
Yeah.
Catch it over here. Oh, here's
the
Conchu.
releases much closer to each other.
I don't know.
Or I think it was like WandaVision straight into Multiverse of Madness, or maybe it was the other way around.
I think that's right.
It was really, really tight together. Like everything was like beat for beat for beat for beat.
Yeah, they had a plan, and it got disrupted, man.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see because there are obviously like the big negatives that COVID happened, but I think a lot of things like, hey, let's take 20 more minutes to think about this now, and maybe we'll come up with something better. And I'm sure Kevin Feige enjoyed it too.
I'm sure he apprecited the time just to be able to like think.
No one call me for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But all right, we are Absolutely Marvel and DC. I'm Benny. That is Sal. That is Hassan. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Let us know your thoughts down below and let us know what we missed, because you're going to tell us, even if I didn't ask. But now I've asked, so at least I feel better about it.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys next time right here.